When I first started making electronic music back in the early 2010s, Soundcloud was all the rage, but I don't think it has aged very well. So Soundcloud was kind of a cool place where you could upload your music for free, and then you could drop a link to it on your Facebook and say, check out this new song I made. The beauty of Soundcloud was that it was completely free. It was a pretty hip place to discover new music. I don't remember any particular artists on there that I liked to listen to, but we can say for a fact that artists such as Bad Bunny and Billie Eilish have successfully launched entire music careers using SoundCloud. My experience with SoundCloud when I was a teenager, I used it a lot to upload my own original music. And then when I went off to university, I kind of tried stepping away from making electronic music to pursue a career as a drummer. That ultimately didn't really work out. And then back in 2024, so just 2 years ago, I said, hey, I want to try the electronic music again, and I signed up for SoundCloud, and I was in for a surprise because I was hoping the SoundCloud of 2024 was going to be the same SoundCloud as 2014, and that really wasn't the case at all. In retrospect, maybe this was a blessing in disguise because a lot of my music from this time, 2024, is pretty experimental. I had no idea how to mix. This music is not up to my standards of today. As some of you may know, I'm vehemently opposed to Spotify. Too many problems with Spotify to go into here. And I have this new EP out called Tortuga. I've been looking for a home for it other than here on YouTube. I think I finally found where I can put this release, Bandcamp. Okay, so the problems with Spotify. I mean the problems with SoundCloud. Alright, I have an analogy for you guys. So pretend you are standing in the middle of the road, there's a car coming at you, and on either side of the road is a library. We'll say Library A and Library B. You've never even been to a library before, and this car is coming at you, so you have to pick one of these libraries to go into. I know it's kind of a silly analogy, but just bear with me. The first library, we'll call that Library A. You decide to go to Library A. You walk inside, and as opposed to books on the bookshelves, all there is just pages littered across the floor. And it is very stressful because they are not organized very well, just a bunch of pages. Certain pages written by authors with similar writing styles have been stapled together or paperclipped together, but it is just not a very cohesive experience. So what would you do? You would leave, right? This is SoundCloud. Basically, SoundCloud is just a clusterfuck of a bunch of songs kind of thrown up in any which way, and it is stressful. And I think it's even more stressful from the artist's point of view. Let's head on over to SoundCloud. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here we are on SoundCloud. We've got this big orange button saying upgrade now. We've got these artist tools, and these are all paid features. We have this thing down here saying try Artist Pro to get unlimited uploads. So it's just very annoying that they seem very desperate for my money. Let's go check out my actual profile. Now we have this big thing here saying get more plays with Spotlight. Again, they want my money. They're saying pay us and we'll give your profile more visibility. And I'm not on board with that. Alright, so why I'm making the switch to Bandcamp. Let's go back to our library analogy. So this time you head on over to Library B and you walk into Library B, and this time it's an actual library, and elegantly bound books of all shapes, sizes, and colors are awaiting you on the bookshelves. And it's all neatly organized. So what would you do? You would probably stay for a little while, wouldn't you? Okay, so in my analogy, we can think of pages as songs, whereas SoundCloud kind of takes this approach of just lots of songs. It doesn't really care about how those songs are organized. Bandcamp takes a different approach. they organize their songs into releases. And I think this makes for a much less stressful, much more cohesive experience as a listener. And to be honest, as an artist, the interface on Bandcamp is a lot cleaner and just a lot more pleasant to use. Let's head on over to Bandcamp. I'll show you what I mean. Here's my Bandcamp page for my Tortuga release. It's not live yet. You could just see it's a lot cleaner. I was able to customize the colors to match the scheme. I really am happy with the banner, and you can just see it's a lot cleaner. There's no upgrade now buttons for me to click on. You go to the dashboard, same thing, just really clean. It's clear they're not desperate for me to sign up for the paid tier. So especially in light of all this Spotify controversy, I've really started to see Bandcamp differently. I've even started listening to music on there, and I really do see it as the most viable platform for independent music artists going forward here. I think Bandcamp is the most artist-friendly out of all the major platforms out there. The biggest disadvantage with Bandcamp is that it's still not anywhere nearly as popular as Spotify is, just by, my own social circle. So in conclusion, while SoundCloud was once a thriving ecosystem for finding new music and posting your own music, it is simply not the platform it once was, and I really think that just comes down to oversaturation. What really makes Bandcamp a stronger platform, I would say, is the whole presentation aspect, the whole branding aspect, whereas SoundCloud, you kind of just throw your music up on there and hope for the best. Bandcamp gives you the option to customize your release page. You put your album artwork on there and it just looks a lot nicer. Right now, Bandcamp is just not nearly as big as Spotify is, but let's see if we can change that. I know a lot of people, when they think Bandcamp, they think of, oh, this one time at Bandcamp. But let's see if we can change that. If you made it this far, thank you for listening. Let me know in the comment sections about your experience with SoundCloud and Bandcamp. Which one do you prefer and why? If you got any value at all out of this video, I'd really appreciate you considering subscribing to the channel. We'll see you in the next one, and have a great day. Bye-bye.